Learn more. Good morning, YouTube. Check out this rush hour from Lakeland to Barto. Ever since they built these subdivisions, it's been crazy. Nothing but traffic. Houses. Building houses like crazy. Gotta beat the school buses. They're all out, full force, with cameras. The school buses are out with cameras, taking your picture, so that if you pass it, they will give you a ticket. But good morning, YouTube. Everybody out there. Let's see if I can beat that school bus of two. There's two school buses. What's up, Poppy? Good morning. And it is foggy out this morning. And the school bus brigade is out. Yeah, in Florida, all the school buses have cameras. So if you happen to pass them when they have that shiny little beautiful red light, they will be sending you a ticket. And the cameras are located right there on the bottom. Yeah, it was 58 this morning. It's 63 now. But I mean, I have my air conditioner on because it's muggy. It's one of those. That was one thing I learned when I first moved to Florida. When I came down here from New Jersey, I want to say I came down in, I think I came down in the summertime. I can't remember what month it was, but all I know is like, I remember waking up and the sun wasn't even out. It was like 5, 6 in the morning. And they were talking about it was 80 degrees out there. And I'm thinking like, how the hell is it 80 degrees? There's no sun. And I went like, I went like 4 or 5 years. 4 and 5, 96, 97, 98. I think I went 4 or 5 years without an air conditioning in any of my vehicles. And it was like, it would slap you in the face, that humidity. But the humidity is out. That's why we got some slight foggy patches in different areas here, because it's been hot, like almost 80s during the day, and then it dips down to 58 and all that. But the humidity stays high. But it's supposed to have another cold front coming, but not like a freeze or a major. But it's the humidity is the killer in Florida. That's why a lot of people can't survive that move from other states here. I know they say in Arizona it's dry, but over here, I'm telling you, like, you leave your house, you get into the car, and you're just slapped with sweat. Slapped with sweat on you. Recently, Recently, just on this road where we just passed, there was a truck driver, a rock hauler, and he wanted to try to beat the train, and he lost. I don't know why you would try to beat a train in Florida, the most active. I mean, I've been around some active train tracks in Jersey. Well, Florida, they are active like 24 hours a day. It's like, why would you, in an 18-wheeler, try to beat a train? Forget about an 18-wheeler in any vehicle, but an 18-wheeler with rocks. But this lonely little road here, they're building subdivisions, and the traffic is horrendous. What used to take an hour can take an hour and a half. And then you got all these freaking school buses right now. And then this is where the traffic starts, right from here. This is literally where the traffic is going to start getting worse and worse. And there is a 250 houses being built on this road here, on top of the other ones, but there's this big major subdivision city that's got either 250 to 400 houses. And I know they're starting to build housing, I think, or starting to sell it, but when that is at capacity, I remember this used to be just a one-way road, and nobody was back in the back roads here. But you can see the fog. This road here takes you to the backsides of the mall. This used to be country to me at one time. But as the traffic is literally clogging up, like from that light from here on to downtown Lakeland, it's going to be a nightmare. Praying that there's no accidents, because one accident can knock this road out. Literally one accident on this road could ruin someone's day. But I figure I'd take you along for a ride. And thank God we don't DoorDash, because imagine this. This would be a DoorDash nightmare. Got your new car wash getting ready to open up. And all this used to be nothing. Nothing used to be out here. But you know, when you have a McDonald's on your road, you've made it to where you do have a population of a lot of people. I mean, at least in New Jersey, the McDonald's would just be on the main highway, but not in Florida. You get a McDonald's everywhere. Every 5 miles, there's a McDonald's. Good morning, Katie, from Hollywood, California. That used to be my dream, to always go out there on vacation to Hollywood. Like the Dollar Generals, yes. And the crazy thing is the Family Dollar and the Dollar General are the same people. And I think the Dollar Tree. I think those three are the same company and stuff. And they're built like right next to each other. You got a Dollar General across the street from Family Dollar. And it's like, you're the same company. Why are you building across the street from each other? But this time of the year, when spring and summer hours are trying to, as the clock is, we've changed the clock and the timing is trying to get to the summer peak, you get beautiful sunrises and you get amazing sunsets. Like, this is the perfect time. You get like these pinkish, orangish sunrises and sunset. And it messes with your eyes too, because if you're on the beach, or depending where you're at, it messes with the color on the ground. It makes you feel like you're on Mars, or I don't know what it's like to be on Mars, but it definitely makes you feel like you're somewhere else on another planet. And I never got that feeling in Jersey, and not even in Puerto Rico, but right here in Florida, when that sky goes through the pink phase. It's really amazing. But you can't see it because we got some fog up in the air. But they do have the rocket out, the Artemis rocket out, possibly for April 1st or April 2nd, with the men going around the moon, the men and women, or I'll just call them astronauts that are going around the moon. It is already out there, set, prepping up all the hoses and whatever mechanicalisms, because it was brought back in because of something. They had a failure in something. It was supposed to go off and thing. Hey, Tanya. And but I think 2 days ago they finally rolled it out. It is on the launch pad. And like I said, I remember a time here in Florida when the shuttle used to go up. Florida used to just, everyone would stop working, run outside to see people shooting up in the rocket, the astronauts. But I think because we have so many just space rockets unmanned, it's not as popular as seeing manned objects going up. So that's going to be something that I'll be keeping an eye on. I might do a live, or I might record it from our house, because we can see the rocket shooting up. I just hope it's not a cloudy day, whatever time they do it. But that's like the big talk around here right now in Florida, is everyone talking about those astronauts getting ready to shoot up by the moon. And this rocket is going to be big. It's bigger than the rockets that go up, so the view of the rocket should be even nicer from Lakeland. but there's no time or anything determined other than April. Now this is where the traffic hits hard. That guy that's turning left, he's taking a shortcut. I've taken that shortcut before. But with that shortcut is, if you see one person taking the shortcut, it's a possibility there's more people. But this never used to be like this. And this is literally going, like literally downtown Lakeland is right in front of us. Did everybody seen the news with that plane crash with the fire truck? That was pretty wild. To see how it just ripped the nose off that plane. I didn't think it would do that much damage. But you got to be careful, because there's YouTube videos and a lot of videos out there where they have the voice and the plane, and it's not the recorded voice. They set up to make it look like something different to the plane and the fire truck. But just be careful what you see. Oh wow, they put a Florida blue right in downtown Lakeland is coming. That means BB's going to have some competition selling health insurance. But if you've seen the video anyway of the plane, and you happen to see it on YouTube and they have the voice to it, that voice is not synced up right to what happened there. I mean, our news channels, they don't play with the voice going over, but they have the voice where the guy's saying stop, 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 and everybody else stop, and they're running through, but they don't have the point where he says it's okay to go through. Then he says stop. So, like I said, you got to watch out what you see on the internet, because they're trying to sync the voice up faulty. But that was terrible. But that straight ahead is downtown Lakeland. But we are headed to Barto, a one-time country, nobody living their town, to look at that sunrise, to another town that's exploding with subdivisions and traffic. I mean, that sun literally looks like a fireball. But today's video, Poppy, is that sausage, the mini sausage. Came out amazing. I can't wait till you see the video. I think you're going to like it the way I made it. I took what some lady sent me on Instagram, some ingredients, and I put it on that bacon. Minus the cayenne, because I didn't have cayenne at the house. And then I followed everything you said at that point. Which basically she had the same thing, the brown sugar, Uh, I think I had to substitute a couple other things because I didn't have that seasoning. But those little mini sausage things are like addicting. I think I ate them. I don't think BB had maybe like 4 or 5, and I ate the rest. And this is another road that takes you to Barto. It's 2 lanes until it gets to a certain area. And then it gets to bigger lanes. And I promise you, do not want to get... Someone gets into an accident here, it'll definitely jack up this thing. Hey, they are good. They remind me of honey. That was the other thing, too, because I didn't put honey. And I don't know, I think you might have said honey. Either I forgot to put the honey, but after I was eating it, I was like, man, just imagine if the honey was on there, because I know I had the cinnamon, the sugar, the brown sugar. Instead of cayenne, because I didn't have none, I threw some black pepper, and I might have added paprika to it. I didn't do the salt. I didn't do the salt because, and I didn't like that bacon that I used too, because it was so thin from Publix, it was ripping up. But yeah, it has like a sweet, and then I added ketchup. With the little Smokies I had, they were the beef ones, and they like with the ketchup, when I added the ketchup on it, you had the sweetness with a nice, that Whataburger ketchup has a nice salt flavor to it. And it made it like 110 with that ketchup on it. It literally, and that would have gone good with eggs. But I just ate it as a snack like that. I'll eat them with mustard, yeah. I'm telling you, you got to try ketchup. I'm telling you, that ketchup, literally. What I'm finding out is like the Heinz ketchup is a little bit more sweeter. And I think it's because when Heinz makes ketchup for different companies, they're not the same. Same thing with, can't remember that other ketchup company. But anyway, when a ketchup is made for a specific restaurant, say like McDonald's or Wendy's and Whataburger, it is a specific ingredient to that store, so that when you go to Hunt's, yeah, so that when you go to a store, like you go to McDonald's and you always get that one flavor, you know, like, okay, that's McDonald's ketchup. And then when you go to another store and you eat their ketchup, so every restaurant, a fast food chain, has their own specific ketchup made for them. And that Whataburger one that I bought it and tried just to see what it tasted like, it has like a nice salt, where I think the McDonald's Heinz has a little salty flavor too, but I think they use cayenne pepper, or maybe Wendy's. Somebody uses a little bit of cayenne pepper in there. But the point is like the Heinz ketchup that's sold on the shelf, I feel is too sweet. I mean, it's good, but I just feel like sometimes it's a little bit more sweeter. And this Whataburger ketchup definitely has this, like, it's not over salted, but it does give you, it does enrich all the palates in your mouth when you bite into something. That's the school my granddaughter goes to. Yeah, I like pecans. Especially I think it's the roasted ones that Bucky sells, or I know BB sometimes finds. I think it's roasted pecans with like a caramel on it. I think Bucky's had something that was real good. Oh, you got a wonderful recipe, huh? I'm definitely going to try the chicken. Unfortunately, I had bought the chicken already in a can. So I might dabble between the breast chicken recipe or the other chicken. I might, dabble it and pick a few ingredients out and put it into this. But I already had picked the chicken in a can. That's why I was asking you if it had worked with canned chicken, because you're talking about like a real chicken salad, not canned chicken salad, which sounds delicious, But I'm definitely going to try out that chicken salad toast. I've even seen some people make grilled cheese chicken salad where instead of toasting the bread, no imitation, where some people toast the bread, and then there's a version where the people do it like a grilled cheese type of version. They put the butter and stuff. Hyundai is pretty slick. They give you a year's worth of their I can't remember what it's called, but it's an app on here, and it tells you where all the red light cameras on. And then after that, you got to pay for it. Well, I didn't pay for it, and that's not telling me where none of the red light cameras are at. Okay, let me get out this lane here because this is where the cuckoos start driving. And then, of course, the cuckoo gets right behind me. Well, cuckoo, I'm in the slow lane. And now she's cursing me out. I left the fast lane to come into the slow lane, and she's got the nerve to curse me out. Now she's rubbing her head, her forehead. It's like, bitch, you came into this lane. This is the slow lane, and I'm taking my time. She's just looking like she wants to blow right by me so quick, but I am blocking her little ass in there. And I wish you could see this, man. This lady is going berserk. She's shaking her fucking hand and cursing me out. All right, I gotta go. I gotta freaking stop by Wawa for a second because I gotta let this crazy right there in that white car in a little friggin' Versa, driving like a friggin' maniac. Jesus Christ. I don't understand. I don't think I've ever been that friggin', I don't know, maybe, but I'm telling you, man. All right, let me get some gas real quick, guys. Just bear with me for a second. I gotta get some gas real quick. Of course, I get a freaking pump that's malfunctioning. Yeah. I love your hair videos. Thank you. Hang on, I gotta find. Go ahead, lady. I gotta find a pump that works now. Because that pump that I went to is not working. I will be right back, guys. Let me see if this one works. Jesus Christ. Christopher. I was all happy. I thought I was paying $3.85 a gallon. Well, guess what? They're out of $3.85. The only gas they got here is the premium at $4.55 a gallon. And this bitch cost me $48 to fill up. They got me good. Because gas has been $3.99 at a lot of places. I don't know how gas prices are where you're at, but they were $3.99. And when I seen $3.85, hey, what's up, buddy? Just get my car washed. Come on. And they got me at $4.55 a gallon. Only super. Ooh, I made a wide turn. Hopefully I hit it. Thank you. Hello, Ez. What's up, Katrina? Yeah, they got me good. I thought I was getting $3.85 a gallon. These bitches got me at $4.55 super. The only gas that they had. Super. Them bastards. This reminds me of the Jersey times. Before I go do my errand, get my car washed. This is a treat with you both. Car gets some good gas this morning. And the crazy thing, just to let you know, just because I put super gas, supreme gas, does not mean it's better for my car. Just to let you know that. That book that's in the glove compartment, hey Keva, that book that's in the glove compartment that tells you what your octane is, that's what's good for your car. Now a Corvette, cars that are faster, like souped up cars with certain that extra premium, you got no choice but to put premium. If you go below the premium, that's bad for your car. Just like premium here does nothing to my car or nothing. It's really worse for the car than it is better for the car. So just remember that when you use pump gas. Just because I pump premium, I might get a mile or two extra. But not really, because it says I'm getting 387 miles. When I use regular gas, I get at least 411 miles. So on a full tank, I got ripped off 20-something miles. Literally. I got ripped off 20-something miles. So that's just a little thing to let you guys know. Just because you put premium on a car that takes 89 octane doesn't mean anything. But that bitch cost me $48 and all I got is 387 miles on a morning gas pump where the heat is not high. Jesus Christ. Jesus, they got me good. I remember before COVID. I think it was before COVID, where gas was like $4 or $5. I remember the first time that I paid that $4 a gallon to almost $5 a gallon. My body went into like a numb. Now it is what it is. It's not as shocking as it used to be. And that was way before COVID. That was like, I can't remember. I think that's when we had that big crash in the market. I think when Obama was in the office. Not blaming Obama, I'm just trying to, the period time. That was a shocker. When I was like, oh, Tucson, that ain't nothing. I got a Toyota. Then it was $3, and I was like, I'm still okay. And I hit that Ford $5 mark. I was like, Jesus, like, if I want to go out, you got to pay for it. But I think if it ever got to $10 a gallon, like in New York City or in California, I don't know what I would do. I don't know. I would move. I seriously would move because of the gas prices. Because a lot of the gas prices is not, the gas stations don't make nothing on gas prices. It's a lot of taxes on that gas, on top of the gas price rising. But I mean, right now I'm doing pretty good timing. I was able to get some gas, get my car washed. I got to be at this doctor's office in Barto. As long as I get there by 8:30, I'm pretty good. Normally it takes an hour, but this is going to take an hour and a half because of this morning. You can just see the traffic because of the development of subdivisions on the roads that I have taken to get to Barto is so out of hand that, I mean, this used to be an easy 1 hour, or used to be a 50-minute trip at one time. I could time it to 50 minutes to an hour. And now this literally 50 minutes to an hour trip takes, damn, I should have went to racetrack. I didn't even think about it. I played the deal and no deal game and I lost. I went with freaking Wawa. If it wasn't for that lady freaking road raging behind me, she made me pay $4.55 a gallon. Little road rager. But the roads are all right. I mean, they're trafficy. So far, it's been smooth. But you never know. One accident can jack up somebody's day here. And there goes another $1 million church. One thing that pops up like Dollar Generals and McDonald's is churches down here. I mean, we live in Lakeland, but I'm heading to Barto. So right in Central Florida. We're the butthole between Tampa and Orlando. We are right in the center. Best location to be on I-4. They call it the butthole of I-4. But this is 98 north I'm heading. Or no, 98, yeah. Is it 98 north or 98 south? I can't remember. I get confused because I'm so used to driving. When I first came here, I was used to north and south. And then when I came here, I had to learn, I drive east to west, because that's how the I-4 runs. So now, like, my norths and souths are so jacked up, and I know my east and west. But this is either north or south. I don't, I just know I'm on 98. But this heads towards Barto. Down in Barto is where the main courthouses are. That was the only thing Barto used to be known. What is the one thing you miss about living in Jersey besides the weather that you... I mean, I do miss the snow. Yes, a lot of lakes. I do. This is where Goliath, the big alligator, if you've seen on YouTube and you ever type in Lakeland alligator, and walked in front of these people, and this thing looked as big as a dinosaur. It looked as big as a car, basically, or SUV. It is in this area, in this woods. But I mean, I do miss the snow in Jersey. Don't get me wrong. I love sledding. But I don't like the salt that eats the car. That was the one thing I always hated about that in Jersey, was that salt would eat the hell out of your car. The one thing I do truly miss in Jersey is I miss diners. I miss going to the bodegas where you can just grab a sandwich. You know, like here, there's so much food in Florida. Look up sinkholes. I did. Was amazed. But in Florida, there is like a like everything you see is fast food. Where in New Jersey, if you wanted to go to a fast food, they were only located in one area. You could drive down a side street where houses are, and one of those houses would be a little deli, just like, you know, or a hot dog place, or, you know, but it's the mom and pop stuff that I miss. Over here, it's just a lot of fast foods, a lot of restaurants. You know, like I said, you can go down a side street in Jersey and you would find a little deli right there. A lot of the restaurants were by the malls. The big chain restaurants were either in the mall or by the mall. And it's, even when I went there last time, it's still the same. You don't, you know, if you want to go to McDonald's or something, you'd have to take a drive to go to McDonald's. But if you wanted to go to a little deli store or a little pizza joint, it was right down the road from you, you know. That's the one thing, I mean, that I do miss, that there. And then, of course, you know, the nightlife, the lights, and I get that when I go to Tampa. But it's just that, you know, just the, like I said, the food, the diners, and someone pumping my gas on a cold or rainy day. I hate getting out the car. Over here, you got to pump your gas in the rain, in the cold. But all this is literally, they've knocked all this farmland out to build subdivisions and houses. Like, I mean, subdivisions and apartments. Like, I miss driving the 1 and 9 from Andersen to Jersey City. Look in New York City when you're going over the Pulaski Skyway. You can see, you know, at the time the Twin Towers were up, and just looking at the Twin Towers, the Statue of Liberty, being so up close to that Statue of Liberty. When you drive the 1 and 9, the 1 and 9 was where all the restaurants and the factories were. So it was like, it was the heart of everything. Here, it's beautiful scenery with the trees, but again, you just see fast food after fast food after fast food every 5 miles. And I mean, all this to the right, the subdivision. This is all paved. This used to be a 2-lane, now it's a 3-lane. Hospitals being built like crazy around here. Car dealerships, it's... But the one thing that will not make me not go back to Jersey is the weather. I mean, Florida is just, you know, it is beautiful weather. See, like they made that whole parking lot for overflows for the car dealership, that whole thing. But the air is good down here. And there's a lot more to do down here all year long. I know, like in the beaches, they're supposed to. It's going to be $5 an hour to park at the beaches. They're talking about adding $1 more. In Jersey, you have to pay to park in front of your house. I know in California, they don't even allow you to use your. And I know somewhere in California, you're not even allowed to use your garage driveway. I mean, I don't know. In Jersey, they have car inspections. Over here in Florida, they don't give a shit. You got air in your tires, your lights work. You can drive on. You don't have to have doors on your car. You don't even have to have a hood. I've seen people driving on bucket pails. There's no car inspection down here. Of course, housing still is cheaper down here, even though it's expensive, but it's still cheaper. But now it's getting trafficy. And like I said, there's more to explore in Florida than there is in Jersey because of, certain times of the season, they close down for the winter. So a lot of the boardwalks and stuff are not open. Over here, everything is open. There's always something going on. There's always a town. Yeah, Florida's kind of modern. I'm gonna miss Jersey, but I don't miss it that much. Put it to you that way. I mean, because my kids are here in Florida, so, and they made a life for themselves here. They don't even care for Jersey. I think it was like 3 out of my 4 kids were really raised in Jersey. And then the youngest one, she was really raised in Florida. What if you offer $1 million to go back? I don't even think $1 million would last in Jersey. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was offered $1 million, I'd go to Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Before I would go to Jersey, or I would stay here in Florida. But yeah, Jersey, like the air still stinks like rotten eggs. The sky isn't blue, and like I said, there's really not much to do up there. And I lived in the city, and I lived by the beach before I moved to Florida. So I had lived by Seaside Heights in my last years before I moved here, and I had lived in the heart of the city. And it's like I said, there's really nothing to do over there. Really, you're doing the same thing over and over and over. At least, I mean, was my routine, was going to New York City with my cousins. I don't know if you're gonna be able to go, but like going to New York City, hey, from Atlanta, what's up? That was really my routine. Going to Jersey City, hanging out there with my cousins, going to New York City, driving through New York City, going to the clubs. That's just it's the same routine over and over. Over here in Florida, I can go to Tampa and there's always something different going on. Like I said, different events. I can go to Orlando area, different events. I can find, hell, Lakeland has different events every month. I mean, there's always something. Like, Jersey doesn't have the small town vibes, other than if you're outside towards northern Jersey or by Cherry Hill, but they don't have the little city vibes and stores like that. Like in Newark, you got a bunch of stores on a busy road. Journal Square, but you know you ain't finding parking. I mean, different vibe, not like here, like the small hometown kind of. Now, back in the 80s, Jersey and New York City were best back in the 80s. The 70s and the 80s, but the 80s mainly. I mean, Jersey was really the place to be at. That's like when, you know, music. You can go to New York City and have a good time. Alrighty, Mr. Jesse. But now to go up there, you ain't getting that same, you ain't getting that vibe. Oh, this guy's broken down. Nope. This is what I'm telling you, down. One breakdown can ruin someone's life here. 3-lane turn lane, and now it's down to 2. And nobody's even in the left lane, which is where I'm gonna go. Get away from this truck. But right here in Bartow, that's the Bartow downtown area, which we'll probably be doing some videos in there. They got some good restaurants. But that's when I first came here, there was really nothing here. But this was where the main jail used to be, and the main courthouse is right here. So the county courthouse, the big courthouse, is there. But they closed the jail down, and they were doing haunted tours in there. But I don't know what they're going to do to it. But they built a newer jail somewhere else. But Bartow, that was really the only thing Bartow was known for, was where your water bill was at. Like I said, the courthouses, and that's really it. And now look at it. It's like you got banks and McDonald's, and this road here is Highway 60. This road will take you to Legoland to the left and Tampa to the right. So the people that live here are so far away from I-4. I mean, they built the Polk Parkway up there, but that's the other thing. You live out here and you want to go to Orlando or Tampa, you'd have to drive an extra hour just to get near a highway to put you on. What I like about Lakeland is I-4 is like, I'm not even that far from I-4. But like I said, when I first moved here, there was nothing over here. Nothing but a car dealership. Hell, they even got an Aldi's with a Tractor Supply hooked to it. But yeah, this will take you to Vero Beach. This is usually the road if I'm going to Miami. I would have to drive all the way out here to catch 95 to go to Miami. So it's like an hour added to get here, and then it's like a 3.5 hour drive from this point to Miami. Because it'll take you to the East Coast where the turnpike is at. See, in Puerto Rico, if you're a citizen, you're Puerto Rican citizens, you got a driver's license, they do not pay property taxes in Puerto Rico. You own your house. It's not like here in the States. But you have to be a resident of Puerto Rico. You can't live here. Like my mother lives here and she has that house in Puerto Rico. She pays taxes on that house because she's a non-resident of the island. But when you're a resident like Jose, he don't pay no taxes. His house is paid off. That's his house. No one can take it away from him. Same thing with the beaches in Puerto Rico. There's no private beaches. The beach is, everybody owns the beach, but now they're trying to privatize. That's a little war that they got going on there because a lot of Americans went there and they think they can privatize the beach or any access to the beach. So, but that's one thing about Puerto Rico. That's why I said, if they gave me $1 million, I'd shoot right to Puerto Rico. I won't have to pay property taxes or nothing. $1 million, I can live off of that. But not in Jersey, man. Jersey people paying $10,000, $20,000 a year for taxes. And you already know the more money you have on you, they're going to triple tax you. I don't like going, like I said, I don't want to live up there because like you go to New York City now, you have to pay, just to drive through Manhattan, they have that cameras that charge you. I can't remember what they call it, but it's like a traffic fee. On top of, to get through the bridge is almost like $40 to $20 to cross any bridges over there. You wouldn't last long with $1 million in Jersey. But they have something in Manhattan when you come out the tunnel after you pay almost $20 or $40 to get through the tunnel. You have to pay the congestion fees. That's what they're called. Like, who wants to drive through a town where you have to pay to be in a town after paying taxes to live in a town? I don't get it. And all these cameras here are photo enforced. Little bastards. I mean, these 3 cameras in a row. Just imagine if you ate these red lights, what these tickets would be. Out here's where the rodeo is in Barto. They've made some movies out here. I think My Girl was shot out here or something. There's a bunch of houses over here that they did movies. It looks like gas has went down 10 cents. It's $3.87 so far. It used to be $3.90 something. I think this is it here. Yeah, this is it right here. But I'm already arriving to my doctor's appointment. I might go live on the way home. It's crazy. You got to drive down a side street through an industrial area to get to an office. Jesus. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. I'll see if I go live on the way back and show you more sights of the inside of Florida. So until the next one, take care. Okay, Poppy, I'll look for it.